Hi, this is Bruce. Thanks for joining me at watches247.com. I have a great watch today to show you. It's the Panerai PAM 249. It's one of the coolest special editions ever made. No watch has more character. As you know, almost all Panerai watches are very unique, and they have the locking crown, and they're always the watches that people stop you and say, hey, what are you wearing on your wrist? But this one is really cool because it has such a unique dial. First of all, it's historically correct because it's 47 millimeters big. It doesn't have a locking crown, but it has the most unique dial ever made, and Panerai did a great job in making this dial because it has a true vintage look. Even the color, the numbers, and the illumination are just, stunning. This is a California dial watch. It's also known as a special edition from 1936, which is when this watch was first conceived by Panerai for the Navy in World War II, or the Italian Navy in World War II. So it's really interesting and it's beautiful, and let's take a closer look at the dial. The PAM 249 is a wonderful special edition with a 47 millimeter case and a plexiglass crystal. You have to be careful of that crystal because even though it can scratch, don't get me wrong, it's very durable, but they even give you a second one that can be found in the slot of the tray. And actually, the plexiglass can be polished, whereas a sapphire crystal can't. Right? It comes with the parchment scrolls showing the number that this was made. It's a limited edition of 1,936 pieces, which is historically in line with it. It was originally introduced in 1936 by Panerai. It has the libretto, which is a guarantee booklet, movement sticker, a warranty card, the manual, a warranty registration card, the leather pouch, and this is really nice because it came with a Negretti special edition book, which has become collectible in its own right, and it comes underneath the tray. This is a beautiful package and a really interesting watch. I had said that Panerai did a wonderful job in making this historical special edition. There's a couple reasons I believe that they did. Besides the 47 millimeter Radimir case really being almost perfect to specifications, and the original had soldered lugs where you couldn't change a strap. This looks identical, but you can still change a strap fairly easily. The original watches from World War II had a serial number engraved. Panerai was clever enough to even put their own insignia in between the strap on the case. Only the fine eye can see that insignia. The other thing that they did that's really nice is the hands are blued. Notice they're not gold, they're not black, but they use an electronic heating system to make those blue, and under certain lighting conditions they just jump off the dial and they're very beautiful. Also, rather than just using any Luminova color, they use a color that was patinaed very similar to the originals, where it's really a creamy color, and it makes this watch really look like it was from 1940. The other thing that you notice about this unique dial is it has a California dial. California really had nothing to do with World War II, nothing to do with Panerai. For that matter, this dial was made by Rolex in the 1930s, and they had no affiliation with California. But later, in the 1950s, when people had these watches that were 20 years old and they wanted to get them fixed, evidently they found that the best service place in the country, or even in the world, was California. So people who wanted to get their watches fixed that looks like this were always sending them to California. So if you had one of these older watches, if it was still working and you enjoyed it, chances are it had gone through California to be serviced or fixed. Therefore, it earned the name California dial. It still stands today. The California dial with the Roman numerals on the top and the Arabic numbers on the bottom is very unique, and I bet you people will stop and say, "What's with your watch?" And now you'll have a little story to tell them. This does have a historically correct movement, and in that it has a mechanical movement, so you need to wind it. You need to wind it every day or maybe every other day. It has a 56-hour power reserve, which is very good. Even when you look through the see-through back, which is a nice feature of this watch, you can see the movement, and the movement actually now looks similar to the original movement, which was a Rolex movement that was also about 50 hours, or had a 50-hour power reserve. So this watch is really stunning, historically correct, large, beautiful, fits under a shirt, and you just can't get a better watch. Although this is one of my favorite watches, the only thing that would be better would be to put an ammo strap on it, making it look truly 100% authentic. Although it has a good buckle, the only drawback to this watch is that the strap is not the best cap strap I've seen come out from Panerai. Other than that, I still have to give this watch a 10 out of 10. So until next time, on time and every time, thanks for joining me at Watches 24/7. Thanks.
Watches 24/7 is not an authorized dealer of any brand of watch shown in our videos or website, but as luxury watch enthusiasts, we are doing our best to educate the watch collector about rare collectible timepieces, how they function, their collectability and value. Information expressed is given as our opinion only and given with the best of intentions. Use of this video or our pictures is prohibited without the permission and written consent of Watches 24/7.